Hello, everyone. It's me, Andrew. I'm here in my home in lovely Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Um, Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Um, I was trying to figure out the new streaming platform and I couldn't figure it out. So I had to jump on StreamYard and use that. So a few minutes late, but I'm here now. So hopefully y'all are doing well out there. If you're watching, please say hello. It's always nice when, um, when we can create community and hang out. I see Michelle is watching. Hi, Michelle. Oh, so I still haven't figured out the new system, and the comments are a little bit um, squished. So, Anne's watching. Hi, Anne. Hello. Yeah, so if I kind of figured it out, I think. A busy day today. We're getting ready to go to Sawtooth, which is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm going to be teaching there. I'm going to be doing a class on powder coating. So if you are interested in that, that's going to be Friday evening, Saturday all day, and Sunday all day. And we're going to be doing all different kinds of powder coating. Um, and I'm really excited. I've got a really great group of students so far. I've kind of checked in with them today, and some of them have been metalsmithing for 30 something years. So we're gonna have a good class. I'm super excited about that. If you are planning on coming, let me know. I know Norma's coming. Hey, Norma. And yeah, we have 2 spots open. There was a last minute cancellation. I think Sarah's going to work on trying to fill the class with some of the other teachers. I'm not 100% sure about all of that since we're not really handling registrations. Um, but I hope to be invited back. So hopefully they're excited to have me there. I know we are going to have at least one returning student, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. I also got a numbers count on my class at Peters Valley. Um, we only have 2 students there right now signed up. So I'm going to try, after this is done, I'm going to really try to hustle and get more signups because, if I don't get at least 4, I think it is, they're not going to run the class. And I'll be so sad not to be able to go there, considering that I canceled one of my plans so I could teach that class. So, anyways, it should be a great weekend. If you've never done the craft school experience, I highly recommend it. It's very transformative. I had a great time at Peters Valley last summer, and I'm glad to be going back. And I'm trying to prepare something for I got invited to participate in an exhibition for the teachers, and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I gonna have time? It's the clock is ticking, y'all. um I also, in addition to kind of getting some stuff ready for the class this weekend, I'm working on a new series of tiny little ACEO, whatever it is, size, small pieces of artwork. I see something happening in the corner of my eye on the screen. I'm like, what's happening over here? It says something, something, something. Anyways, hopefully it's a good thing. It says I'm installing something, so I'm sure it's fine. Uh, oh, I see Andrea's watching. I'm hopefully I will get a chance to see you. I don't know what the. I'm still waiting to hear about the hotel situation, but if nothing else, hopefully we can pop over one of the evenings and hang out maybe, because that would be a lot of fun. Uh, All right, let's see. I got a couple more people watching. Um, Norma says, okay, now I'm intimidated. Don't be intimidated because we are all learning. And I think it's one of those things where you should actually feel more reassured because if I don't have the answer, somebody in the class will. So I think don't be intimidated. You'll do great. And we'll be here the whole time. Oh, Gaia's watching. Gaia Kennedy. Hopefully you're doing well out there in California. Kimberly says, just wanted to pop on and say hi to everyone. Got to head out and go to my son's final high school band concert. It's senior night. I hope you all have an amazing night with Andrew and William. They are fabulous. Well, thank you for that glowing recommendation. And have fun at the concert. I think it'll be a good time. Let me see. Anne says, exciting. I love your ACEO cards. So these ones are a little bit different because they're all one of a kind. One of a kind ish. But I worked late last night, all night long, kind of getting stuff ready for it. And then, so hopefully I can finish it before we go, because I'm trying to make some extra money for a couple of different things, which you're going to see more of in a second. So one of the things that I did while I was at Penland is I was able to work with Sun Young Chung, who uses technology to 3D print dyes that are used to form the metal. It's a really cool process, and it is something that intimidates me a little bit because it is out of my wheelhouse. But she recommended a couple different 3D printers and online courses that I can take. Some of the programs are a little bit spendy, so hopefully we can make a little bit of money on these cards and these small scale pieces of artwork so that I can at least get the training, because you can get a trial package for Rhino, but then when your 90 days is up, it's $1,000, which is kind of, I think it's a lot. For other people maybe that's not a lot, but for us, especially right now, that's a lot. So hopefully we'll be able to use that to kind of afford some of the programs. I am going to start looking into the free programs, but there is a thing called Udemy. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's like an online university type situation. And you can take classes on stuff like 3D printing and rendering and stuff like that. So that's one of the things I hope to do. We also need to pay for our Airbnb in Memphis, because that's coming up right on the heels of teaching at Sawtooth. And I'm a little bit nervous because, it's just like I like to have everything kind of squared away. I was waiting to hear back from one of my friends, and unfortunately, we can't stay with them. So, it adds to the bottom line of the experience. Luckily, I won a scholarship, and it shouldn't be too expensive. I do have to work on my model that we're going to be making a mold of that we're going to do large scale pouring. So I am excited for that, but a little bit apprehensive because it's something that I've never done. And it's large scale and there's a big fire, and you know how that goes. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Who else is watching? And says, Kimberly, have fun at the concert. Michelle says, hi, Kimberly. Enjoy your son's concert. Norma says, hi, Kimberly. Susie, our neighbor's watching. Hi, Susie. You're going to get to see Gertie. She's been saving up her dance moves for you. It's pretty cute. Michelle says, my chronic pain has gotten worse. Gotten worse the last few days. My doctor put me on a brand new medication. I should have it by tonight. We also had to buy a new mattress. That should be here tomorrow. Well, hopefully the new mattress helps. I know we started sleeping in different, we have a guest room and we started sleeping in the guest room. And that helped a lot actually, because I would wake up and like, my hips hurt, my neck hurts, my back hurts. And I think our bed, it's just getting too smooshy. And, you know, I don't think it was smooshy before, but it is now. Um, the other Susie's watching. Howdy, Susie. Let me see. So yeah, I'm excited about going down to Sawtooth. I saw Robert, who works at Sawtooth, over at Penland, which was nice. Sometimes I get a little bit intimidated. I was like, am I gonna know anybody? Am I gonna be out here by myself? Am I gonna make friends? I actually knew quite a few people while I was there. And so that was nice. That was really nice to have that. So I wasn't completely like thunderstruck with a new experience. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going back one of these days. I would love, love, love to take Misuk's. There's an artist named Misuk Her, and she's just got back from Korea, and she's gonna be teaching painting on enamel. And she's on my bucket list of people to work with. I've worked with her. I've taken her online class before, but it's a little bit different when it's a little bit different of experience between online and in person. So it would be really lovely to work with her. However, I'm going to be going up to Haystack at the same time, so I can't do that. And it's Penland is one of the more pricey craft schools, and it's totally worth it. But it is something that, like, if I didn't get a scholarship and I didn't get work study, and they didn't break down the remainder with a payment plan, I couldn't have done it. So that is something that, like, I would have to like plan a little bit more for. Um, and that's like, you know, when they're a little bit closer, like when I take classes at Touchstone, it's a little bit easier because I don't have to pay for housing and meals or not. I just have to pay for lunch. So, you know, uh, wherever you can get some savings. Um, and says, I'm sorry, Michelle, that would just suck up all your energy. I hope the new medication makes more good days. And Michelle says, it's not a narcotic that just came out in January. It's a very, very new for chronic pain, not even covered by insurance, but your doctor will help you get it through a coupon. Well, hopefully you get that worked out and that it helps. Because pain's no good. Who wants to be in pain? All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera. Can you see I got burnt? I got real burnt. I got super burned one of the days at Penland. And yeah, it was very beautiful most of the time, but one of the cloudy days I wasn't really thinking, and we were sitting out on the picnic benches, and I got toasty roasty, and that's less than ideal. um but anyways, because I was noticing in the thing, I was like, oh boy, looks like somebody slapped me. All right, here, I'm gonna turn the camera around. You're gonna see the ceiling for a second. More than a second. There's all kinds of stuff. I should have did a little tidy up before we started. All right. Settings, camera. I'm gonna have to have William show me how to use the new the new thing, the new streaming program, because I don't know how to use it. All right, where is that chunk of wood? It's a driftwood. I don't know. Well, here is the ruler. Here is the penny. All right, so I'll show you what I made in Penland. Some of y'all may have seen this already, but that's all right. All right, so the first thing we did, I'll get a light. Where? I'm like, who am I? Where am I? What's happening? And these chairs, boy, that's like the bed at Penland. Every time I moved, it would creak. And I had roommates, and they're probably like, what is he doing? What's this this middle-aged man doing? Rolling around in the bed. I see Suzanne is watching. Howdy. And then let's see. Michelle says, I saw the pictures, but I didn't know what they were. All right, so the first thing we made is this. This is a sifter. And Sun Young, she 3D prints the sifter. And then we glued down the screens. So this is when you put the enamel on this, and then you take this and you go like this or tap it. I didn't glue mine in because I didn't have the epoxy with me. She had some crazy glue, but the epoxy is a little bit sturdier. So this is the first thing that we made. This is for sifting enamels. We made two of them, and one was kind of a small one and one was a big one. And then here, I'll put this in case you want to see all the pictures. I probably shouldn't. There we go. So we made the sifters, and then the next thing that we made was this thing. We made this tiny little spoon, and I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So she makes a lot of stuff with bees on it, and so I have this little tiny. There's a little tiny bee on the end. I need to clean it up, but this is made for scooping enamel. So a little tiny spoon. I love it. I need to polish it up a little bit, but oh my goodness, it makes it. I'm gonna just dip little tiny little bits of enamel all day long because it's delightful. So I made these little spoons, and if you sent in your image first, she would make a 3D printed die. Michelle says, perfect for seed beads. Norma says, I like that you made your own sifters and spoons. Well, guess what, Norma? Well, you're going to make your own sifter also. Not as cute as this business, but that's one of our projects for the class this weekend. So this, I sent in the drawing and she made this. And I think it's pretty cool. This is one of the things I wanted to learn how to make because I think this could be really useful. Not only can I print like the dies, but I can also print tools and stuff in different forms and use those in my work, which I think would be pretty cool. Anyway, so this is the die. I actually really like this material. It's a type of resin that is like photo cured. I don't really know the science of it or what's happening, but I think that's pretty cool. And they fit. There's a little bit of a gap in between, and that's to accommodate for the metal. So from this, I was able to make this, and other people used it too. So, and so this fits in here like that. And of course, it's a little bit different now because, but I do like this material. I was like, ooh, maybe I make some things, and then anyway. So this is what I made, and it takes you get a lot of detail in this. Like you can see, there's a little bit of like a pattern here. Can you all see that? It's the concentric circles, like wood grain. It picked up on here. Or that could be me polishing it. But anyways, the idea was I was gonna have these little creepy legs, and they're gonna like jiggle. But I didn't get a chance to finish it. I may change this and just cut these off, and then just have this form. And because I like that, that's kind of I could use it as a bug, but I could also use it like as an amphora. Get two of them, put them together, and drill a hole. That could be neat, huh? The other cool thing that you can do with it is you can do stuff with leather, which I think is pretty cool. So you wet the leather and you let it soak overnight, and then you put it in the mold, and then you let it dry overnight, and it conforms to the dye, which I think is pretty cool. And says, how wonderful to make your own tools brings extra joy to the work. Yeah, I agree. Norma says, my library has a 3D printer that you can train to use. I think that's really great. I don't know. I don't think our library does. But I would be interested in learning. And I do want to learn. For a long time, I was like, oh, I could never do that. But you know what? It's kind of like another language, learning another language. And I never thought that I could learn Italian, but I'm doing it. I'm taking a small lesson every day. Maybe not as good. I'm not practicing as much as I probably should, but I'm starting to get at least starting to learn some of the words. So I think, you know, if there's a will, there's a way, right? So yeah, so I made that. So this is leather. I think this is really cool. It has a lot of potential. I have a lot of leather scraps that could be really interesting done. So um, I've got a lot of ideas about that. And so thinking about it, I think our library has a 3D printer too. They have an art space called the Bubbler with artists in residence that rotate. I think it lives there. Well, that's cool. Um, Michelle says, I was thinking it was a jar mold. Oh, I could see that. But no, it kind of rounded at the bottom. Susan says, I always enjoy seeing what you make during your classes. Yeah, and that's not all. I made a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to show because it didn't turn out very good. But, I'm not interested in perfection. I know some people, when they take classes, they want it to all work out, which is cool. But for me, sometimes things work out, but really, sometimes they don't. But that's really about the learning. All right. So this is one of the other things that I made during the class at Penland. So this is die form. This is using one of her shapes. And it's enameled, vitreous enameled. And then you grind into it to create the pattern. And then you fill that pattern in with glass, with other enamel. And then you fire it again, and then you polish it perfectly smooth, and then you add pencil to outline it. And there are certain things that I think could be very interesting. This, I think, like, it's okay. Like, it's all right. But really, I think it's something that I have to spend more time refining. Because right now it kind of just looks like, like paint and graphite. And you don't have to go through all the trouble of like grinding the grooves. And so I want to see how I can incorporate that and really make it like a noticeable integrated element so that it makes sense to do that. Otherwise, it just looks like another, like, I mean, there's about 10 ways to, you know, I don't know. There's 10 different ways to paint. I don't know. I don't like that saying the skin a cat, but you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of different ways to do a lot of different things, and they kind of look similar. So, and you get to a similar kind of output at the end. So I kind of want to explore it and see what I can do to make it kind of uniquely that, and then kind of go into that because there are certain qualities that you can't get doing other methods, and I want to see what those qualities are. So it's going to take some experimentation and some more time. Even though I was gone for a week and I was at Penland for a little over a week, it's still we only had 3 full days to work, and there was a late night session on one of the nights and a half day for another. So you're only got really maybe 4 days in total out of 7. So definitely I need to experiment more. And I think it'll be easier once I'm in my own studio and have like, my own kind of setup, and then I can do that. So part of me selling some of those new ACEO cards um, is that I'm gonna buy some of the grinding equipment for this. And so I think I can get everything for around $150. And then I can start making stuff kind of like this, but different, my own style. Let's see. Norma says, and I'm so impressed that libraries now have things like art spaces to use. Ours also has a library of things to check out, like guitars, sewing machines, games, etc. And says, Norma, I know, so cool and forward thinking. They're keeping up with the needs and wants of the community. Michelle says, you could do a really cool landscape on that shape. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I don't have this die anymore, so I would have to make my own if I wanted to reuse that shape. But um, that's another thing. All right, so some of the other things is I didn't use the hydraulic press to form this. I just formed this with the hammer. And I'm in love with this pink and blue combination, and I wanted to see about like overfiring. And it's actually right here is a little bit thinner of where the when I polished it down. So it's really surprising, even though it's just the base colors, it almost looks like red, and that's just the copper peeking through. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's something that I would want to play with a little bit more, just so that I could have kind of that experience. I did grind away this and backfill it with a white. So that's why that happened. Because I was like, why did that happen? And I remember now. I carved this shape in. But you see what I mean? Like you go through all this trouble to go carve that shape in, and then it looks like you didn't even do that. So I made this setting for this one and this one, but I didn't finish it. So I also wanted to play with overfiring. So some of the colors look really cool when they are fired a little bit too long. Like on this one, I got some of this like pull through from the blue, and then I got this really wild kind of um, almost like a teal in there too. And this is pink with that blue. And this one I also made a setting, but I didn't finish it. I think I may change the setting though to silver, so it looks a little bit cleaner and nicer, but we'll see. Um, the copper, I did this setting in copper, and I'm not 100% in love with this setting. I need to like really push the heck out of it. But you know how it is. I was rushing and trying to finish it up for the show that we have. They have a little showcase at the end where everybody shows and tells the stuff they made. This one, the graphite got a little bit overfired, so that it's light in patches. Um, so I need to not do that in the future. And but I had, but this is looks more like my style. You can tell which ones I I had more of my own kind of aesthetic on it, and this is not as much. And like this is definitely not as much. Um, but I also did another piece that I worked on uh, in addition to all of this stuff is I made this piece. And I haven't decided on what I'm going to do with it yet. So originally, the reason why I made this is because so Sun Young had some samples that she had cut with a water jet. And so we didn't have a water jet in class, but I had a jeweler saw. So I cut out all of the shapes with this jeweler saw, and that's all hand pierced. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to see how it was like to use this like a perforated metal with holes cut out in the hydraulic press with these molds. And believe it or not, it's actually a little bit different. With the full sheet without any cutouts, it moves a little bit differently. Um, I found out that using these shapes is actually a little bit harder, and like certain spots broke at the top before while I was trying to puff out the form. So it is a little bit trickier to do that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I was thinking about I made this other cutout shape. I was gonna enamel it, and I was like, I don't know. And then eventually I ran out of time, so I couldn't finish it. But I was also considering like putting something inside of the heart. I think that could be kind of cool. I haven't decided what, but it could be something interesting. Like here is, look how, I mean, I don't want to bust this up, but wouldn't this be something interesting? Like maybe a necklace inside of the like a brooch. That don't look right. Here, let me put this. I originally was gonna try to collect something on a walk, like thorns or something. I was like, what am I doing? But doesn't that kind of look neat? And because it's cut out, it's not as heavy. But I think that could be interesting to do that, like trap something in there. Whether it's all connected like this or loose, I don't know, and have it kind of stick out. I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little bit. Sun Young had made a piece for the metal museum with cutouts like this, and then she put fake fur in the back of it, and it stuck through these shapes, and it looked pretty cool. So I think this is kind of, it has potential. And what that potential is, I don't know yet. But I think it could be interesting to have some shapes and then have things like that are trapped inside. But I have to think about it a little bit more, and how to do that and have like a consistent result, because this was a little bit tricky to figure out what was going to be inside of the heart and then what was like on the outside. And since I did have all this extra on the outside, I didn't want it to go to waste because I spent hours cutting this thing out. So I didn't want to just like trim it right here and trim it here, you know, even though I think that could have looked better. Oh, Charlie's watching. She says, "Oh, so pretty. Love the colors. I need to cook, then I can pop back in." So anyways, I think there's potential here for something like this that's like a cage design. Um, and then I made some other pieces, and I don't know where they are. I think they're in my toolbox. But I do think there's like so much potential. Like this is the cut acrylic, and I mean, that's maybe not the color that I would pick, but isn't that interesting how that comes through? Maybe. We'll see. Either that or doing like a neon inside, and then it'll make whatever's in behind here glow. And I think that's also interesting. So playing with light and shadow in your forms, I think that's kind of there's something juicy there that's ready to be explored. Um, and then I also think it would be cool to incorporate more embellishment on the top of this, like covering this with like infusing this with like beads or studs or something so that it has kind of a little bit more texture. But I think there's something here. I just have to play around and mess around with it a little bit to find out what exactly. So, yeah, that's what some of the stuff that I made at Penland. Um, and I I'm probably gonna try to set these at some point soon so that I can have it'll be the same similar setting to this, but maybe not. Maybe in bronze. I think that could be really pretty. But I do like that copper, like the fresh copper. The patinaed copper, like this black, I'm not 100% on, but I think this could be interesting. Like if it was a bright, shiny copper. And also if I added a texture here, because that's kind of plain when there's all this action going on. So that's what I made at Penland. Some of the things I made at Penland. And yeah, I think I had a good time. It was nice to meet a bunch of folks and work with Sun Young. She's an artist that I wanted to work with for a while. So I'm glad that it could finally happen. But I think, wouldn't this look cool? This is a piece that I made a while ago. Oop. But how it puffed out. Like I think that could have been a little bit more cool if that was more puffed out and not. And that's my first pin back that I made. Can you hear it? This took like 3 hours to do. I was like, I don't know about this. Um, and so I have to practice on this. This is one of my other projects. One of my other projects is to do 100 pieces with pin backs. Because normally I just go and do the tie tack pin and call it neat. But I want to get more proficient, so there you go. All right. So anyway, that's what I made. Okay. Suzanne said yes. Michelle says, what about your glow in the dark stuff? Yeah, it could be cool. Suzanne says, that pin is nice. Thank you. Susan says, hi, it looks like I came into the end of the show and tell. Yeah, but we're gonna do a little tutorial still yet. I haven't decided on what. What do y'all want to do? I like it more when y'all have a say too, because then it's a little bit more fun for me. I can do some stitching. I could do some stringing. We did some wire the last time. Maybe we'll do, let's see, maybe we'll do a mermaid. What do y'all think about that, since it's mermaid? Do y'all want to try that? Maybe? Yeah? No? Yes? No? Maybe? All right. So let me think about how we're going to do this. So, mermaid. Let's design on the fly here. All right. So I still have, oh, I forgot to mention. So we did launch a kit on the line. It's called Bead Happy, and it's a bee and flower theme kit. So I hope y'all enjoy that. I think we've sold a couple already. This was a Radical Joy kit. We still have some more of that. The Bead Happy box is a big box. This is just a small kit. So I usually try to double stuff, kind of triple stuff the boxes. So it does take a little bit longer for me to put those together, but I think that people, I've noticed that the people who get them again and again, and I think people realize that it's a pretty good value. So if you're interested in that, that's at allegorygallery.com. I believe they're $75, and there you have to use priority shipping on those because they use priority shipping boxes to put those together. All right, so Suzanne says sure, and Norma says yeah, mermaid, yes. All right, so let's do a mermaid. All right. Let me see what we've got to work with. So let me see. All right. I keep saying that. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. So I do a lot of different techniques, and so I enjoy working a lot of different mediums. Here, I'm going to show you this while I'm looking for stuff. All right, so that you're not just looking at the fabric. All right, let me grab something, and then we'll get started. We're gonna do the design on the fly business. All right. So I have a tray of seed beads. And I just have to find it. Oh, there it is. All right. So there's this. Oh. And hopefully not spill everything. Well, too late. Okay, so we're going to work together on figuring this out because I don't really have a plan, just a firm plan. So if you are somebody who's like, oh, I want to have step by step and know everything in advance, well, this is not the show because I don't actually have that yet. But let me see. Let me find a piece of paper. All right, so there's that. So let me see. I'm gonna sketch this out. So I want the face to be kind of oval, and I want there to be an eyes and then a mouth. All right. So if that's a bead, that's a bead. I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be maybe two on top, and then I'll put it one for cheeks, one for cheeks. So there'll be one on the bottom, one pink, and one of the regular. So two, one, pink, one. All right. So if that, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this has to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like I've got maybe 2 here, and this will be a red. And then I'll have what? 1, 2, 3. So I'll have 5 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not to scale, y'all. All right. So how many was on that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So this is how I have quickly, and I don't know if this is efficient or what. This is probably not how you actually do this, but this is how I plotted out um, the little face. So we'll see if this actually works. If it works, then I'm a genius. If not, then we just roll with it. All right. So I've got some thread. What are we doing? I started this on the creative make along, and I only got this far. So I'm thinking this is a lost cause on this one. So I don't want to waste this thread. So I'm going to just extricate myself. And then I'm going to look at what I got for delicas. I thought I had about 150,000 different colors of flesh tone delicas. But as it turns out, that was a lie. All right. Let me look around real quick. I have to run downstairs real fast because I have a bead board downstairs, and it may be all that stuff is downstairs. Maybe. Let me check one other place. All right. There's all these like half done projects. Here, this can be for the mouth. Is that round? No, that's not round. All right. And then what else we got? All right. I'll be right back. So you can enjoy this little illustration. Oh, let me clean the lens before Willem complains. He always is like, you never clean the lens. Well, I use my phone a lot, so it gets dirty. All right, I'm back. I think I found everything, but I could be short a couple tubes, but we'll make it work. All right, so it's easier to use Delicas because they snap together a little bit easier. Um, but if you don't have that, you can try to use the other beads. I just don't know if they'll work, at least not well. So there you go. All right. So I got some of that. Let's see. It was blue. And let's see. There's this red. Too bad this isn't a Delica. That's a 15. It'll bloom at all. It's fine. We'll make it work. All right. All right. Well, here we go. All right, we'll use this. This is called Delica Ceylon Antique Beige. And what we'll do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with ladder stitch, and we're going to do we're going to pull out 2 beads. People not seed beaters are probably like, oh boy, here we go. That's fine. All right. So I'm gonna get, here we go. I thought I had a whole tube of these pink beads for the cheeks. Well, whatever. All right, so I picked up 2 of these beads. They're itty bitty delicas. And I'm gonna pull this down to about there, and then I'm gonna tie a knot. All right, and then I'm gonna do another knot. And this time I'm gonna loop it twice so that I can get that knot in there. And it's not gonna come out. Now the trick is not to do it on the other side, it's to do it on the side that you want it to go. So in theory, what's gonna happen, you want those to sit side by side like that, all right? Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull this and put this up through one of the beads. See that? The other reason why Delicas are good to use for this kind of project is because the holes are nice and ample. So even though these beads are micro, mini, tiny, you can still get that. All right. So I'm going to pick up a bead, and since I'm coming out through the top, I'm going to go up through the bottom, out through the top. All right, so you get that. And then I'm going to go down through that bead that I just added, like that. And I'm going to pull kind of tight so that this all kind of sits together. Bird of a feather, sit together. All right, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to add another bead and then go down. Since I'm coming out through the bottom, I'm going to go down through the top and out through the bottom. And then I'm going to have that sit next to it, like so. And then I'm going to go up through that bead that we just added. Now, if it's a little bit wonkadoodle, that's fine. Because the first row of any kind of CB project, I feel like you are, it looks like hot trash until you get a few more extra rows in there. All right, so I'm going to hold this firmly. I'm going to go into a new row. So I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to go underneath that thread bridge. See that? And then, whoop, I'm going to go up through that last bead that I just added. And that, I just pulled that. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. So I am going to hold this a little bit more firmly so that it doesn't go all over the place, which it's doing now. All right. Sometimes when I do tutorials and I'm not planning this out, this what happened. All right. So this is what we got so far. 100 years later. All right. I'm going to pick up a bead, go under that thread bridge, and I'm going to, this is brick stitch, y'all. Go up through that bead. Pull it taut. So that's what we got so far. All right, got 2 more to add. And then I'm going to jump up to the next row. All right, so, but I'm going to add 1 bead, go under the thread bridge. And then up through that bead that we just added. All right. Now this is the one that's a little bit weird because it's kind of like floating in space. So we've got to add 1 more bead to this, and there's a couple different ways to do that. So I can add this bead and go through this one, but somehow I need to get it back up to the top. So I can add this like so, go through that bottom bead, see how it's up like that. And one of the options is to go underneath the thread bridge and then go make a little knot. I call those anchor knots, but they call them half hitch knots for real. And then go back up through that side up there, like so. So that's one way of doing it. There's a couple different other ways that you can do it. All right, so I'm starting a new row. I know that I have to add 2 beads. So I'm going to go underneath that thread bridge and then up through the last bead in that. All right, so I've got to do the eyeball now. So for the eyeball, I think I'm going to use this blue. I had some black, but I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this room. I only need 2 of this. So this is a nice kind of, these projects are kind of nice because you don't need like a lot of beads. You can have, you know, a few colors and make a lot of projects. Ooh, I dropped that bead. I'm never going to find that. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add that blue, one of those blue beads. And if you're curious, the number is DB0451. All right. So I'm going to go underneath that thread bridge. And then I'm going to go up through that blue bead that I just added. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of these beige beads. And I'm going to go under the thread bridge. And then up through that little beige bead. All right. So next one I'm going to do is the cheek. Now this is a size 15, so I don't know if that's going to work or not. This will work. Let's try this. Normally I would like a little bit more of a pastel pink for this, but I don't know where that is. Boy, I just spilled the heck out of that. All right. They were hiding on the top there. All right. I only need 2. And like 25 came out. So there you go. You get to enjoy watching me put those back in there. All right. And if this looks like a mess, I'll do it over. I'll go hunt around. And I'll put a top on this because I don't need all this. And there's more. Just keep coming and coming and coming. They'd be like, what am I watching? This is very relaxing, y'all. Don't you feel relaxed? Don't you feel relaxed? I don't know. Me? I don't know. I kind of feel relaxed. Let's see. If I need more, I'll get more. All right. So I added this little thing. I need to add the little red for this one for the cheek meat. I'm gonna go underneath the thread bridge and up through that. I'm going to show you the other way that you can add a bead. Now, the other way that you add a bead, it kind of floats in space, so you kind of have to be aware of that. All right, so I'm going to pick up one of those beige beads and see what I'm doing. I've got this coming out like that. So that's coming out the top. So I want this to go through the bottom. So go up through the bottom of the bead, and then they're going to be sitting side by side. See, but see how it's like a dangling tooth? So I'm going to go through the bottom of this and then plot my way how I'm going to get back to the top. So there you go. The nice thing is you don't need a ton of, if you cut a wingspan of thread for this project, you're going to have plenty, which is good. Some CB projects, you'd be beating and beating, and you have to add thread and add thread and add thread. And then that's not my favorite part of beading, to be honest. All right, so it's coming out through the bottom. I did a 1/2 inch knot there on the thread bridge, and then I'm going to come up through there on the top like so. And make sure I don't get tangled with the other row. And then, what are we going to do? You know what to do when we add a row. Pick up 2 beads on an increase. We pick up 2 beads. And go underneath the thread bridge. See how this is coming along? All right. You're going to have to cook a little quicker with the gas. All right. This is just beige beads. So I'm just going to do, I'm just going to add these beige beads. And so I added 2 because I started a row. Then I'm going to add another one. Go underneath the thread bridge and then up through the bead. Now, what y'all been up to? Y'all doing anything fun and exciting? Besides watch me do this. And there, even though this is pretty basic, you can alter this pattern so that you get a little bit more variation. So like if you wanted to add a little bit of a lighter or darker color on top of the eye color, that's something that you can do to add a little bit something something, you know. Suzanne says, decluttering early today, dentist visit. How was your dentist visit? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have to add a 7th. All right. So here we are. Tie this on. That last bead is getting a lot of action. That thread bridge. Alright. So now that we've added this, let's see, Suzanne says, I'm fine for 6 months. Awesome. I'm going to add 2. Go underneath the thread bridge. And then up through the bead that we just added. Alright. So this is what we've got so far. We're about halfway done. And I have to add, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before I add the mouth hole. So I've got 3 more to add and then mouth hole time. A little kissy mouth. You only need 1 bead for that. That's how you know. Alright, so all I'm doing is just adding those. It's a total of 5 of those little beige beads in this row. I did 4, and then I'm going to add that little red one. And then it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to use this thread. Just need 1. And you could, in theory, scale this up so that you can do a little bit more ornate patterning. But since these are so small, you kind of have to work, simplify. All right. So I am going to have to add 1 bead here and then one of these little floating in space beads. And we'll put that there so that they're side by side. You can do the half hitch knot up here. So you don't have to go all the way down. And you go through, down through those 2. And then up through these 2. And that's how you get to that. All right. So this is, we've been working on the increase. That kind of looks scary. That'd be cuter if that's a lighter pink. But this is a Rocal, not a Delica. So that's why I didn't put it in. So I would have to find a lighter shade of pink. But that's all right. Whatever. You get the idea. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 of these beige beads. And what we're going to do, we're not going to go through this thread bridge. We're going to go through this thread bridge. So we're going to scooch over. So not this thread bridge, but this thread bridge. And that's because we're going on the decrease now. So it looks a little wonkadoodle at first. Like this one does not want to behave. It's like, what are you stretching me so hard for? But once we go back through and tighten stuff up, it will look right. It won't be just like hanging out for fun and for whatever. All right. So next, we have 7 beads on this row. All right. And they're all those little antique beige. So I'm just going to keep stringing, going underneath the thread bridge. Trying not to split the threads as I'm working. And I've got, how many I got? I got 4 right now, so I have to add 3 more. You know, when I had all those little beige beads spilled out, it looked like I had a lot spilled out, but look, I'm gonna need more. Who would have thought it? Uh, spills a few more out there for myself. And then I'm going to come back up and keep adding. Alright, so I'm getting close. I have how many beads? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to add 2 more. And then I'm done with that row. Or do I? Let me count. Alright, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't need it. I tricked myself. All right, so I'm going to come back. I'm going to do 2 beads because I'm starting the row. I'm going to skip that thread bridge and go underneath this one. It's going to make another little snaggletooth one. That's all right. We'll come back through there and tighten everything up. All right. So I am going to, because we did this row, so there's 2 here, and then I got to pick up the eye. So that's this dark blue bead. And I'm going to go underneath the thread bridge. And then up through the bead. I'm going to pick up one of these little beige beads. Now, because I kind of free-handed this, you know, there is a little bit of a translation going on. See how I made this oval like that? It's not going to be oval like that. It's going to be like this. All right. So the next one, I'm going to pick up the cheek, which I wish that this was lighter, but whatever. It looks kind of dark now that I'm looking. Maybe she was running or something, and or swimming real fast. And then it's going to be like, what happened? What happened? Did you get slapped? That's all right. Bless its little heart. All right. So I'm going to go underneath this thread bridge. And it's going to complete that row. Now, because I have that one that's kind of dangling out into space, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath here, underneath that thread bridge, do that, and then come through here. And that's going to help tighten it up. Because I don't want this to be all like loosey-goosey style. All right. So this is what we've got so far. So we have to do 2 more rows, and then we'll be done with this little face. Those look kind of too dark, though. So this is one of those things like if it's like an optical illusion. You know, when you squint your eyes a little bit, you can kind of see it kind of will make things fuzzy. So that's going to be the face, but we'll just go with it. It's fine. Whatever. We're going to skip over that because we're on the decrease. And go up through that. There is a really good bookstore in Winston-Salem, and I'm excited to go there. Because we didn't get to have a chance to look around too long the last time. All right, so how many is in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 2. This is going to be number 3. be 4, and then the next one will be 5. The nice thing about it when you with the decreases, you don't have to figure out all this like tricksy way to get on the it's just there. You don't have to like have a little dangle out in the universe kind of bead. All right. This one's a little bit wonkadoodle, but that's fine. So this is a little face we made. All right. So the last row is four of these beige beads. All right. I got 1. I need 3 more. And that's way more than 3. All right. Put the excess and back in there. And then I'm going to add 2 of these beads. I'm going to pick them up. 1, 2. This is just brick stitch. I'm going to go skip that third bridge that's right next to it. And go to the one that's next. So that's because it's on the decrease. And then go up through that last bead. If you hold it while you stitch it, it helps strain it. Sometimes if you don't hold it while you're stitching, what happens is it kind of gets wobbly and then it doesn't want to go right. It don't want to sit right. So if you hold it while you're doing it, sometimes it's more apt to go where you want it to instead of out in the universe somewhere. I thought I had, okay, so I added extra one. That's all right. All right, so that's the end of the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it, whoops, what did I do there? I don't know what I did. Oh, I went up through that third bridge. All right, so I'm going to have to go through, oh, there we go. All right, so here's the little face, the little mermaid face from Mermaid. Just picture those are lighter pink. And then I'm going to add maybe hair on the side. And I've got maybe that. What do you think? All right, so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, yeah, I'll try this. These might be a wee bit too big, but that's okay. Maybe I'll do some pale kind of lilac, kind of periwinkle hair. It's cute. All right. I'm just going to pick up 2 and then go under the thread bridge. And I'm going to just pick up 1. I'm basically going to go all the way around the top of this little head. And that's going to make the hair. It does get a little bit tricky on the slopes. I'm going to be doing Princess Leia jewelry. And so that is kind of unfortunate about that. One thing you can do is if you don't see a clear way, sometimes you can dig in between the beadwork and you'll go underneath the thread bridge. You can't actually see what you're doing, but you're doing it. If you feel it catch, then it's there. So you kind of have to like guesstimate with your heart. This one turned out pretty cute, if I do say so myself, for something that I just came up on the fly with. All right. So I'm just going around adding the hair. Just jacking up some of my rows, but that's okay. And I've got to do a little bit more. And hopefully y'all are enjoying this. It is not as boisterous. Beading always puts me kind of like in a meditative mood. My thread came off my needle, so I had to rethread it. Alright. Though, sometimes it puts me in a kind of wild mood if I don't know how to do something. Alright. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this off to the side because I definitely 100% do not want to get that tangled up. Alright. Let's see if this is going to work. Alright. Should work. Alright. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue around. The nice thing about this little outside edge is that it's going to hide some of those knots in the ladder stitch row. So those will get hidden up and you won't see it as much. All right. We are going to have to do one more kind of dangle in space, not bead, but that's all right. All right. Now, the whole time you're doing this, you want to keep adjusting your beads so that the tension's right. Oh, maybe we won't. All right, we won't have to do that. Good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie some knots into my piece. And this is going to help prevent some of the beads from coming apart. Now, if you wanted to, you could go like a picot stitch on that as like a decorative stitch. And I may do that if I decide to keep stitching. But right now, I'm just going through adding some knots in here to make it a little bit more secure. And Michelle says, that's so cute. Well, thank you. All right, so I think I can do a couple more stitches before the thread gets too short. One thing I noticed is like when people work with too short threads, that's one of the most frustrating things. So people usually give up. They are like, this is not for me. But then if you realize that it's just, you add a little bit more thread, then you'll be a little bit easier. Also, if you know how to kind of work with a shorter thread, that also helps. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to trim that thread. All right. Throw that little nubbin in the trash. And then what I'm going to do, and then I have a little bit of a repair that I have to do. See how I didn't reinforce that? And so it's kind of jacking up everything. Well, I can fix that, I think. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to go through and thread my needle. All right. I did that off camera because this is pretty short. All right, so I'm coming up through here. So I'm gonna just go through here. I'm gonna go through here. Suzanne says, came out cute. Thanks. Tried hard. This is just basically brick stitch. Oh, this is pretty cool. So while I was there, I started chatting. I did kitchen duty at Penland. I did work study, and I started talking to one of the chefs there, and he kind of looked familiar. And I was like, how do I know him? I know him from somewhere, and I cannot place it for the life of me. And so we were talking, and he's like, "Oh, my name's David." All right. And I was like, "Oh, And it was like something. It's like that sounds familiar. You know what? His name is David Chat. He's a famous bead artist, like bead weaving, and he was like did this amazing beaded boombox with all with right angle weave. And I was like, oh, that's how I know you from. All right, so I'm just sewing this end in, and then Leah will do one more stitch because this is getting short. This is when people get frustrated and then they throw this stuff on the floor and they're like, never again. But we're not going to do that. So if you don't know who I was talking about, his name is David Chat. And I thought that was really cool. Anna says, hello all, that's cute, Andrew. Thanks, I tried hard. There's a little wavy gravy spot right there, but that's all right. It'd be cuter if the cheeks were pink instead of like Merlot. All right, throw this away, and then what are we gonna do? We're gonna do that. So I'm thinking about the little body, and there's a couple different things that I was thinking about. This kit has this. Vicky says it's wearing rouge. Vicky said I would have been all fangirl over David Chat. I know. I had to hold back. So I'm gonna make a throat. Yeah, that's gonna be the throat. Look a little bit different. Everyone's so creative. All right, I'm gonna be creative. So this little pink one might do it. Right, so I'm gonna lay it out. Maybe I'll use this for the body. If you're just tuning in, I'm making a little mermaid, but I'm kind of doing it on the fly. So I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of designing with you. So if you're like, boy, he don't look like he know what he's doing, I kind of don't. I'm just using my heart. But it's mermaid, so why not? That's kind of cute. Alright. You think we should use that as the tail or like that skirt? And so I love designing on the fly. Yeah, that's how I design usually. I'm not working from a pattern, so I don't know how you do that if you don't. Maybe a pink one. The Biki is a little hat. Actually, that's really cute, just like that. Ooh, ooh, this little face. You're not doing that though. You're doing this. That's kind of cute. I'll think about that. And the other option, just do it like that. Alright, so got this. Let me see how this looks. That looks ridiculous. Oh my, that looks ridiculous. No. Alright, so what we got? We got this. Oh, I dropped a bunch of stuff. Alright, that's pretty cute. What do y'all think? The trick is going to be to connect this. Alright, so I'm going to cut off another little wingspan of thread. And maybe I'm going to add a picot stitch to the edge of this. Alright. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to go underneath this thread bridge. And then make a knot. So you know how to do this. I'm going to go over through there once. And we'll go through again. We'll loop it through twice. And in theory, that's going to hold it real secure. So since I'm up there, I'm going to hide the knot by kind of going down through the beads. You saw I was done beading, didn't you? I don't know. Generally speaking, William should be here soon, so that'll be fun. Probably sitting in the car. He's like, nope. Alright. So I work my way back up to the edge of that. And then I'm going to pick up a bead and go through that periwinkle bead. And then I'm going to come up through here, just the periwinkle bead. And I'm going to pick up a bead. Let me see if I could do how this will look. Just having the one thing, one row. Do you think it looks better like this, or do you think I should fill in that gap? If I fill in the gap, it'll kind of look like this. That's not very good. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I'll fill it in. All right, so going. Okay, so there's those options like this, kind of naughty on top. Vicky says, I'm gonna need to watch this again. I have problems with increases, decreases. It's really cute. You know that I'm not. There's lots of ways of doing the increase, decrease. It's not my favorite. It's 100% not my favorite. But you know, you figure out the way that works best for you, and then you do it. Do you like that? That's a little bit more full. Like she's got a little bit more. She took the Propecia. Her hair's a little bit more full. In theory, I could make a little crown. But because we are... This is called Pico Stitch, and it's an edging technique that you do on the edge of things. And it says she likes the knobby full hair. Okay. I probably should have got a little wee bit longer of a thread, but that's all right. Yeah, I didn't know that David Chat worked in the kitchens there. He's a good cook, y'all. I think he's like their celebrity chef. And I thought he lived in Seattle, but I was like, oh. I met him years ago. He don't remember nothing. Maybe he does, but years and years ago at Bead and Button. But it's been a long time. All right, so I'm just adding these. These go in between the periwinkle beads, and that kind of adds that little fringy hairdo. Hairdo? Hair don't. Hairdo. All right, and I'm gonna add one more bead, of course, and then I'll be done with its little fro. I do think whenever you can, if you can ever go back through your beadwork and restitch stuff, you know what? I picked up a wrong needle. That's what you get when you get in like 4 different needles out. I was like, how come that didn't go through? Yeah, that's why, because it is not connected to the thread. I hear a door. That means William's home. Alright, there's a little hairdo. What? Alright, I'm going to put this, since I'm coming through here at the end, I'm going to come through and re-secure some of these knots. Alright, see how this one's coming up on that kind of, actually sorted itself out, so never mind. But see how it's coming up like that? I'm going to just stitch that in. And then I'm going to work my way to the edge. Whatever happened to the OA? There was a show we used to watch on Netflix, and they were supposed to have like 5 seasons, and it's like 2. And if you don't want to add the body, you don't have to add the body, but you can. Hello, William.
Hello, everybody.
Did you see what I made?
I saw the face in progress. That's super cute. Good job.
Thanks. In theory, I could fill it in these little gaps. See, did you have anything?
No.
You didn't have anything today?
Nope.
What'd you do?
I trimmed 4 pieces, and then I started to hand build a vase.
What?
I know.
Who are you?
I know. It was... I'll show you. Oops, no.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Me?
Bren makes things.
I don't know. All right.
This...
Mm-mm.
Started to make that.
He's showing me this Instagram.
But that's what, and Amy had never made one either, so she started working with it too.
Cool. All right, so that's what we made, and then I can, in theory, fill in the gaps and the knobs if I wanted to, and just go around just like peyote stitch and fill in the gaps. That's Gertie.
Gertie.
It might be cool as a little bit pink. What do y'all think? Too much? Gertie, she has an opinion about that.
Yes.
All right, so now that you know how to make this little mermaid head, you can do the body by yourself. And I was thinking about using this flower, this lucite flower.
That'd be cute.
Maybe. We'll see. I was thinking about maybe just wiring that on. But it's kind of big, you know what I mean? And if you use this for...
Gertie.
You might have to get her.
I know.
She's going to be frantic. I'll get her after I'm done. So what I'm going to do is, I think if I do add that kind of thing, what I'll do is I'll go through and run. She's concerned for you.
She doesn't like the loud voice.
So I think how about that? You think that's cute? Hey, Gertie. She's like, what the heck is going on?
She says you're leaving me and not
Love
spending
it?
time with
Oh,
me.
Vicky says love it. What did Susie say? I think it's cute the way it is. Okay. Well, if you're going to turn that into earrings, then you can go and put your wire up at the top. But there you go. That's how you make that. She's loving on William. Don't be scratching so hard because you're gonna get cat hair everywhere.
That's true. You're full of it.
Oh, she's gonna give me side eye. All right, there you go. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
What are we doing now?
I'm gonna get up and we're gonna do some selling. Who's ready for some beads?
Now you gotta amp up the energy. You went from soft voice,
soft, calm,
beating voice, Andrew.
Up, down. Sass factor 5. Put that cat outside.
She wants to see you.
Nah, she doesn't saw my face.
There it is.
Look at her talking.
You hear that? We're okay.
That's how she's talking. She's ready to see you, Susie. She's getting her dance moves ready. All right.
Yeah, she's been dancing, practicing a lot lately.
All right. So there you go. That's what we made. So they start from that very detailed illustration.
It looked more detailed when I saw it on the screen. I didn't realize that's what it looked like.
What?
It looked like a real step out grid on the screen when I saw it earlier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
It's not.
I just counted and used my heart. So what I'll do is off camera, I'll just leave these ends in and then trim it and maybe add a jump ring at the top. I gotta count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course.
What'd you do?
It's 10, so it's split in the middle. She's got a middle part.
She's got a middle part.
So that makes it not as good for I guess maybe I can sew in a jump ring. So the way that I would do that is pretend like I have more thread. And then go all the way around. And then put the jump ring in there. And come through here, like so. And then put a jump ring. And then tie it, and then go back through. Whenever you add something like that, like a mechanical function, you need to have the thread go at least 3 times. And in theory, it's better if the thread is hidden with beads, because if the thread is exposed, then it's more likely to get caught or be a weak spot. You don't want your beadwork literally hanging by a thread. All right, y'all like that? She's like, kind of look. So, see how that's too dark? It would be way cuter if that's lighter. See? Feel like, what are we doing? They're like, I thought you were leaving. And William was going to go. I can. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. All right, here you go. Do you remember how I use the StreamYard?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You have this much room.
I know.
Get ready.
Are you on Instagram too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was like, there's a little bit more room if you don't go on Instagram.
Is that?
Yeah, it gets rid of that can't post comments bar.
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
All right. Who's ready?
Who's ready for what?
Do you have papers up here?
Oh, I don't know if we have paper.
What in the world? I'm not cutting up my fancy art paper.
I don't know if we've got any paper.
Who's watching? I bet I'm gonna find them pink beads immediately.
What pink beads?
Show my shame on camera.
Shame.
See how much it would have been cuter if its cheeks were that color pink.
Rosy pink.
Instead of like it got punched.
Where is it? Instead of like it got punched.
Because it's the optical thing, right?
Pink.
So there you go.
There they are, right there, just waiting for you.
I know. There you go. All right, what do y'all want for tonight?
I don't know. First, we need some paper. Where are we going to get some paper?
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Ask people what they want.
What do y'all want tonight? Suzanne says, no, leave the cat.
The cat.
Yeah, Gertie.
For what?
Gertie, she's adorable, they say.
She's cute, but you know what? She gets hair everywhere.
She does.
And this hair-free room.
Hair-free room. Kind of hair-free room. As best as we can do. What do y'all want to see tonight? Do you have any hankering for anything? Anybody?
I think it's okay if we cut this up. This is from...
From 2013?
Correct.
I think we're safe.
Oh,
Charlie's over there. Or was. I don't know if you're still there or not.
She said she had a cook.
Cat hair's magical, says Suzanne. Yeah, so where's my phone? I'll show you all what I started making today. So y'all can see what I was showing Andrew. So this is what I started making today.
Who is that you're looking at?
I have to, hold on, let me show them. So I don't usually hand build. That's when you build things not on the wheel by hand. And so I don't usually do that, but I started making this planter today, which I saw on Instagram here, and it's really cool. So I wanted to try my hand at hand building. This is Woodland Mystic is their account. And they have lots of cool stuff, but they have a number of these kind of planters that they do. I don't know if they came up with this idea or if this is
That's old.
But
I mean, not to discredit them or anything.
yeah. But that's what I started working on today in my pottery class. But I also trimmed 4 pieces that I had made last week. Yeah, cut out some designs in them, some patterns, played around. How are y'all doing? What's everybody up to today? What do you all want? Check glass, gemstones, lamp work. What are you interested in tonight?
Where you want random?
Where you want random? Random? We usually do random, but let us know. You're looking for vintage? I don't know how much.
Not a real total request.
No, it's not a real total request, but we've got a number of things up here. We can put together a particular show.
Melody.
Huh?
How you call it?
A melody.
Melody.
A melody.
Like a vegetable melody.
A vegetable melody. What'd everybody do today? Did you tell them that we have a mystery box?
I did, but a lot of people weren't watching them.
All right, so we just debuted the Bead Happy mystery box. It has to do with bees and flowers, like bees, bead happy. So we're going to be putting together a mystery box. There are very limited quantities available. They are on the website right now. We sent out an email, multiple emails actually. We sent out a text message about it. If you're not on our email or text message list, what are you waiting for? Go to our website and check that out. It is available on the website, $75. The contents of our mystery boxes always go above and beyond the price you pay. You're not like just getting equal dollar value. You're usually getting, you're usually getting very close to double the dollar value or more when you order a mystery box from us. So you're getting generally at least $150 worth of supplies in a $75 mystery box. This one is going to be summer themed. Bees, flowers, who knows what. It's available at allegorygallery.com right now, and it's at the very top of the website. You can check that out. It's called Bead Happy, and there, like I said, are only a very limited number of these available. Oh, what's this?
Beads. We want to sell
them. Suzanne says random. Anna says random is good.
All right, we're gonna do it.
Oh, all right.
What's the number?
I don't know. As I was
hurry up,
stalling for time here.
Hurry up.
And let me see if we've done this for a while. We haven't done that for a while. SW. Southwest. SW1. Boy, you made these nice and long, these papers. Lots of room to write on.
Good. Do you have,
not these crimpy little things I usually make up. I have no bags. There'll be bags downstairs by the coffee table. How much are these and what are they? Look at these. Afghani. They look like they are. I was gonna say.
Metal. I probably should charge 24, but I can charge 20 for those.
Wow. 24 down to 20. SW1. Let me pull up the email here so we see what's going on. Let's see here. Here we go. Here we go. Get Instagram back up and going here. All right.
How many are there?
How many are what?
On this strand.
How many beads?
Yeah.
I didn't get there yet.
Hurry up.
I didn't know I was supposed to. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 beads on the strand. Where is the calipers?
I don't know. You haven't cleaned your desk in a while.
You're telling me.
I know.
You're telling me. Where are my
I'm just trying to
caliper?
hang you with that.
Yeah, you are. You're doing it right now.
Well, is it working? Are you still inspired?
No. Normally they're right here. What'd you do with them? Where'd you put them? Thank
Oh,
you.
please don't
See?
blame me.
See, he did have them.
They're just buried. Oh,
Ah! All right.
look how he sassed me, y'all. And also, all my shirts are dirty, so I had to wear this like crop top.
They can only see your top. It's okay.
Uh-huh.
15 and
I
a
feel
half
a cool
millimeters
breeze on my belly button,
by 18 millimeters.
on my back. That's a good thing nobody can see.
SW1. Okay, I give this to you. You got bags for me?
This right there, I gave it to
Oh,
you.
I don't know if they're going to fit in here.
There's more kinds of bags.
There's more kinds of bags.
It's a variety shop.
A variety shop up in here. All right,
Alright.
let's put these down here.
How about, do you need all this stuff up there?
This one, these ones I need to go through yet.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, he says. These ones I think are gone through over here, though.
Anybody claim it? I probably shouldn't put that first.
Nope, nobody claimed it.
Ugh.
You jinxed it by putting it first.
Yeah, the first one.
How much are these ones?
Those ones are a little bit, I don't know. There's a few less.
They're heavier, though.
We could do it for it. How many did we put in?
How many did you put the other ones at 20? 24 down to 20.
What about, let me see those other ones. Compare it. Are these the same? These are a little bit smaller, right? Or is that my eye?
Let me see. They are a little bit narrower, yes.
So let's do 20 on that one.
20 on this one as well.
Oh.
SW2. Metal beads. This has 5, 10, 15, 16 beads, I think, on here. 16 beads. These ones are 18 millimeters by 14 and a half. Oh, Kimberly's here, so just left the band concert. Hello,
How was
Kimberly.
it?
Hope it was good.
Did they do a good job?
Kimberly says, it was fun, but as I'm standing there watching the kids perform, it hit me that this was my last band concert I will ever go to.
You know you can always go to the school.
You can always just keep going.
Have they called them boosters?
Oh, look, there's some more bags. Found some. Found some. Manifest. Manifest. All right. SW2 Afghan metal beads.
You have your phone.
I do.
Let me see it.
Are these silver? They have a little thing in them.
I think they're silver plated.
Because they have one of those non-tarnish things in there. SW3. How much on these ones? There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. These are a little bit narrower than the first ones. These are 14.3 by 17.7. These are super, they're like hollow. They're very, very light. These would make excellent, all of these would make excellent earrings, y'all. Because they are nice, they're big, but they're hollow formed. So they are nice and super duper light. I could see these with some nice lapis. Ooh, that'd be pretty. Some lapis blue. See them with some rubies or garnets into earrings. These have a nice kind of bright silver finish. Kimberly says, it's not the same, but I'm sure if any of my grandchildren play, then I'll go. Nice.
Oh, because you said you have grandkids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look, are you on Bing?
Yes. Yes, I am on Bing.
All right. So, what do you want to price those?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
How many are there?
12?
12. And they're slightly smaller.
Yeah, I think there were 20 of the original, the first ones.
And we're going for
24 down to 20.
I could do it for 12 then.
I was going to say 12 sounds about right.
Probably should charge a little bit more, but
whatever. Yeah, these are nice. SW3, $12. I like these. I think I'll make some earrings with these if they don't sell.
A while ago, somebody asked for Navajo pearls, and these are like those, but they're not actually Navajo pearls.
SW4.
At least I don't think. If they are, we need to up the price, but they may be the same way.
These here. Look at how much for these?
I can do them for like $2 a piece.
You want to sell them individually?
I think we might.
There are 13 of them. $2 each. Oh, now the things are coming in. We just sold SW3 multiple times. We sold SW. I'm guessing that's SW2, but it says 12. So I'm guessing that was SW2 though. That's what I'm going to put it as. So if you sent SW12, I'm going to assume you mean SW2. Oh no, SW3, not 12. Sorry, 3 has sold out multiple times. So if you want 2 is still available, 1 is still available, but 3 is sold out multiple times. This is SW4. These are $2 each, and there are 13 of these available. These are 27.2 by 18.5. These are really nice. These are really nice. If y'all like that, a lot of you like the SW3. The SW2 and the SW1 is very similar. It's just a little bit wider instead of as narrow. So like it's the different, like I don't even know. You can kind of tell the difference. Just a little bit narrower, but this is 3 and this is 1. But you can see they're both silver. This one's tarnished a little bit more. This had the non-tarnished paper in there, so you could polish these up a little bit if you wanted to. But that's the reason those are a little bit more tarnished. And SW2 is the one that's the most different, which is this one. These are a little bit heavier, but still easy for earrings. Hold on, let me see. These back. And then this is SW4. These are these bigger ones. These are hollow as well, super duper light. Yeah. All of these are like hollow. Like made like Navajo pearl. Which I don't know what that is. So they're basically 2 domes we soldered together. Okay. So in Southwestern jewelry. So I just curiously looked, and they go anywhere from like $56 a strand to $699 a strand. So you just never know. Now these are also like the Navajo pearls, and they're stamped. They have a pattern on them. So very subtle though, not
in your
So
face.
this is
Battle.
SW5. How much for these each?
These are smaller, but they have the pattern, so I say $2
$2 each. There's 4 of these available. SW5. You can see nice large holes on these too. So these are approximately 20 millimeters by 11.5, and the hole is about a 3 millimeter hole, a little over 3 millimeters.
Do you have the cutters up there?
So 4 of those available, $2 each, SW5. Super cool. These are super pretty. Also hollow formed.
Whoop. Whoop. I dropped something. Let me see. These are enameled beads.
Beads.
I can't remember where they're from.
How much are they?
They're vintage.
They are. They look vintage.
They are.
These are super cool.
I can do them for $3 a piece.
$3 each. And there are 4 of them available.
I hoarded those for years and years and years.
And these are also hollow formed and very, very light.
I was gonna make earrings out of them.
Yeah, they'd be great for earrings. So far we've sold SW3. We have SW1, 2, 4, 5, and now 6 available. If anyone's interested, SW3 is the only thing sold out so far tonight.
That's not going to get us very far with the gas.
No, it is not. 24.5 millimeters.
You get to Susie's house, I have to turn back.
By 15.5. SW6. And remember, okay. And remember, we do have our bead happy mystery boxes available in the online store. There are a very limited quantity of those available, so be sure to grab them if you want one. I know we talked about having a Mother's Day sale. Those boxes will not be going on sale. So if you were waiting for that sale to say, I'm going to get it then, those boxes will not be on sale.
No.
We cannot do that right after a release because those boxes are usually about $150 value. We can't sell that. We can't sell that for like $30. How much you went on these ones, Andrew?
I could do probably $5
for the whole lot.
Yeah. Or how much are they? Or how many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
I could do it for
$5. That's a good deal. We've sold. SW6 has sold out multiple times, so we are sold out on 3 and 6.
Are those ones that are loose?
Yes, people are liking the loose. No, not necessarily. 3 was the one though that was half the price of the others because there were half as many.
Well, let's cut this strand up.
I was gonna say we can cut them 1 apart and 2 apart.
I'm not emotionally attached to that fishing line.
I know, right? You want them for half the price, everybody? $10 for 1 and 2? Does that make it better? Somebody want them instead then? Instead of $20 for the strands? Or did you just not like them? I mean, so many people like 3.
Let's cut it up.
Okay, here you go. Let me give them to you. There they are.
So we're going to do a revisit of the...
SW7 just sold out. Thank you so much. Andrew's like, he was like, yeah.
Why are we suffering?
Why?
Why?
I know, right? Yeah, because 3 sold out like 3-4 times. So the only difference was a little bit smaller and they were half the price. Not even half the price.
That's $1 a bead just like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you don't want 20. Maybe you want...
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do some revisionist history.
So SW1 is now $10. No,
Don't waste the
$12.
paper. Just use this paper.
Okay, I'll use this for 10 later then.
Like we rationing.
We're rationing our
Can't even
paper up in
afford
here.
paper.
I know.
Go play the Sarah McLaughlin. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Suzanne says I'd be interested in half. Anna said I missed what 2 was. Anna. Well, we'll show you. We'll show you.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. It's coming back. It's coming back already. It didn't take a decade. We don't have to wait 20 years for that to come back.
Hey, I remember, speaking of stuff that was on a long time ago, there's a show, that I used to wear or watch called What Not to Wear.
Oh, yeah. I had their book.
Wow. They made a new series. It's called Wherever the F You Want.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't know it was from them, though.
Yeah. And so apparently they're like trying to embrace your true style instead of
first they were telling you what to wear or what not to wear, and
maybe
now
they're trying to like refine your style. I was like, what's this show actually about then?
Someone already bought SW1 in the half strand, and somebody already bought the other half of SW1.
Well, here it is.
So SW1 is now sold out.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
SW1, give me that paper.
We should have a meter on our car, like for the gas.
So this would be now $10. $10 times 2 of them available, and they're both sold out. SW1, people didn't even want to wait. Sold out. That's now what you're getting for SW1.
Look how I tied that up so good.
You did. Fast and good.
Maybe I don't get kicked out the sweatshop.
No, you'd be allowed in the sweatshop. No.
I'm too slow. The people, so I work.
Anna was in the shower and couldn't hear.
I work real deliberately, and so some of the people do not like the way that I work.
Oh yeah.
At the kitchen, they think I'm just like
wasting time.
2, 4, 6.
Oh, let's see. Anne's asking, did I get SW6? SW6. There were how many of those? There were 4. And you got 2 of them. There were 2 left by the time it came to you. So you got 2 of those, Anne. SW6. And then we're going to show you SW2 because Anna didn't see it, and Andrew's cutting it up into half strands for you all. See, sometimes we'll do that, right? We always say we don't divide, but I
will if it means
I know we're just gonna sit and look at it. If it makes it easy to cut apart, we can do it.
Getting frantic.
I know, Gertie.
She's getting frantic.
She's trying to open the door. I hear the doorknob rattling.
I know, she's too little.
She's smart. She knows how to open cabinet doors. She puts her paw in. So if this is the cabinet door, because our cabinets have the up and down doors, handles. She puts her paw behind it like this, and then she backs up slowly and opens the door. She's pretty smart. Give me that paper. It's W2.
Let's do them for $8.
I don't think we even need to do that.
What? Strands?
Huh? You're doing 2 strands, right?
What?
We'll make the same amount of money, just cutting them up. $10 is fine. There's 2 of them available. I think you need. You already went lower.
I'm getting frantic.
So this is SW2. These are bigger, wider.
That's right. We're gonna have about 5 lots.
I know.
We're gonna have to go to sheets again. So for our dinner plans, we were so exhausted by the time we finished that we decided to go to sheets instead.
Yeah, we didn't even make our cottage pie last night.
Nope. And both of us.
18.
What did we watch last night?
By 15 millimeters.
Last of Us?
The Last of Us.
Oh, so I don't remember because I was falling asleep. I woke up because the fork fell on the floor. I was like, oh, did you watch on TV?
So these are SW2s, $10 for the half strand, 2 strands available. Anna says, my raven bounces the cabinet doors until he can get a paw in. The cabinet doesn't have handles. That's smart too.
That's like
Anna says, did I get 2 of the SW6? No, Anna, you missed them. You missed them. So these are SW2s, $10 a strand. These are bigger. They're a little bit heavier, but still perfectly fine. Like, you could probably put this whole strand on an earring. They're not that heavy. They're just a little heavier than the other ones. Anne said, Andrew put out a light bluish strand when he needed to amuse us when he was getting supplies earlier. It was somewhat like the milk glass I was looking for, if that strand is for sale.
That's, those are called Peruvian opals.
Oh, those are the Peruvian opals?
That is not glass.
You're not selling those?
Yeah. Sorry.
He says, not even to make gas money?
Yeah.
So is this strand here?
Mm-hmm.
Peruvian opals.
Is that what I put out?
Is that the one?
I put the purple ones.
Oh, these ones? These are for sale if anybody wants them. They're more expensive because they're big, but they're vintage German.
How about this for the...
Anne says, no wonder they were so pretty, yes.
Is this?
Look at these. What are these?
I don't know. I just have a bin of it.
You have a bin of these? Those are pretty.
I think there's some kind of dyed.
Kimberly says, oh, the Peruvian opal is gorgeous.
I think that's dyed shell.
I don't know. It has a definite flash to it. Some of them.
But they're dyed like blue chalcedony.
Yeah, like look, there's a definite like that moonstone shell flash, but I don't know. Kimberly says I see some banding. Yeah, there's some banding. Look at that like flash. Yeah, like an agate. But look at that flash in that one.
That's probably like some fancy stuff.
The color is pretty, says Anna. Do you want to do these? Is this what we're doing?
Sure. I mean, they're kind of heavy. I mean, I have a lot.
Here they are. We don't know what they are, but if you like pretty flashy blue with stripes, yeah, like it has to be some kind of shell. That's when it dyes, it takes on that.
I broke one apart.
Okay, so this is SW8.
This is what it looks like when it's broken.
We didn't sell any of the SW2s.
Yeah. Y'all don't like a rundown?
There it is, broken in half. Who knows what that is? It's pretty though. It looks like shell.
But I don't know how they're getting the bands.
I don't know either. Oh my goodness, is that all going with it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's never ending.
I got more.
Let's...
What do you have to put them in multiple little things?
Why don't we just sell it all? How much is it going to be? How much?
Put them in 2 little bags.
2 little bags. I'm going to be here forever tonight. I was wondering. I was going to ask you.
You know what? My horoscope said there's going to be delays today.
Oh, well, so we don't know. We don't know if we're leaving tomorrow or not.
Well, we're definitely not prepared.
No, you're not ready to leave.
So maybe Friday morning at the Ass Crack of Dawn.
Yay.
I mean, that's fine. Whatever. We'll sleep good on Friday night. Gotta pick up Mama's ham anyway.
Oh my goodness. I should just have you putting these in the bags. Why are you just putting them all up here?
You want a triangle, though?
Yeah, I do. I was just about to ask you for that.
You want a triangle,
Quinquilino? Andrew just enjoys calling me his Quinquilino.
We are roommates, technically.
Is that technically what we are? That's the technicality of it. We're roommates.
We live in the same room.
Oh my goodness.
That one guy, he calls his partner Pinkly. He calls them his roommate.
Who does?
Some person on TikTok/Instagram.
The one who smiles and closes his eyes?
No, I think they're straight.
Yeah, I don't know if they are or not.
I don't know. They act like but they are musical theater. But nowadays, you never know.
You never know. That used to be the teller.
In the old times, if they like musical theater, they're well groomed and they're affectionate to one another. That usually meant a gay.
Right.
Nowadays, who knows?
Who knows?
And then they have their own way.
Okay. So how much for these 2 bags? Finally getting to it here.
What do you think?
I don't know.
This one a bag?
That's good.
Or this one?
I was gonna say but I think it's too high. I think we're gonna do $8 a bag. 2 bags.
Like a full strand.
That's more than a full strand.
That's less than a blend. Yep. I could have sold that as a blend.
You could have. You could have added a few things to that, made more, and made it a luxury bead blend.
How many did I get? $12?
$12 for a bead blend nowadays.
Wow.
And we still have both of these sold right away. Done.
Oh, good.
Sold. Thank you so much. SW2 is still available, y'all. Not a single one of those sold. Maybe we should have taken it down to $8, like Andrew said. I think it's worth $10 though. I think they need to stay there.
What if I gave you all the deal on this? Would you like that?
Oh.
You can see the original price. I was gonna save that for earrings.
I think the original price is the deal. Holy moly.
From the 90s.
$70 for that.
I can do
SW9.
49.
$49.
If you want that. This vintage all.
Vintage coral. Large, you know that this would have been $70 nowadays for this would have been the deal. Mm-hmm. This is probably like $140. It's probably like twice that now.
Probably.
Kimberly says, OMG, that's so cool. And it's even cooler because it's only $49.
I thought you were going to say it's sold. And then I was like, hooray.
No, not yet. SW9. Look at that. $49. If that doesn't sell tonight, there's a problem. There's something wrong.
This little creature said, go buy it.
Go buy it. Go buy it now.
I'm like, what
is happening? Anna says, oh, I have some of those coral. They are gorgeous. This strand is, you can vouch, testify. This is 12, 13, 14. This is a 16-inch strand of large and in charge coral. Back in the day was $70. Andrew's giving you an even better price at $49. We'll see if anybody grabs it. I need a big bag for this, though.
You need a big bag? How about that?
Michelle says, wow. Yeah, wow. Under $50? Double wow.
Out of class.
I know, add a clasp and sell that for $320. Dollars. That's when you start saying dollars instead. SW10. What do we got? Puppies?
Puppy.
How much are those?
50 cents a piece.
So $1. $1 for the lot.
Is that good? Y'all like that?
$1 for the
Somebody
puppies.
wanted puppies yesterday.
There it is.
I made it for you.
2 little puppies. These are ceramic. They are cute and they are 15.5 by 15.5 millimeters approximately. SW10 puppies. Get both of them $1.
What else y'all wanted last night?
And this is, oh, cute. Right. SW11. How much for these?
$6.
Each?
No, I think they'll fit together.
Really?
Let's do it.
All right. $6 for the lot. Look at these. Super cool. I got this one upside down. Look at these birds on here and flowers. It's like layered metal. And birds.
Those are made for enamel.
Oh, made to be enameled, but they never did it. That makes sense.
But they're cool.
They are super cool like that.
I think it would be really neat if somebody tried to use that vintage.
SW11. These have already sold, and they are about 16 millimeter beads. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
SW10 has also sold.
What is that?
That's the puppies. That coral still available.
What's next?
I don't know. SW2 still available. I'm going to do a recap.
What did people want last night?
Anne says, I love those pre-enamel beads. People wanted coffee cups, tea cups.
We found those last night.
We did find those. We didn't bring them home, though. Anne says, I'm always looking for metal stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Interesting metal stuff like that.
Interesting you should say that.
Interesting you should say that. You got more interesting metal stuff, Andrew?
Oh, of course.
He's like, bro. Quinquilina.
I'm not Quinquilina.
Coffee beans, says Anne.
I had somewhere.
It's getting warm in here.
Is it? Take off your sweater. What you doing?
I do have a sweater on. I do have a sweater on.
Hey,
I'm one. I'll keep my sweater on, but open the window.
You're fine.
You're fine. Oh, let me get this back. Let me put this. Anybody else have any requests? It's not Total Request Live, but you can request.
We have different stuff here.
Yeah, we have different stuff here than we had there. So you might get what you want if you request it in the comments. Total Request Live, day 3.
53.
Day 53.
No end in sight.
No end in sight. Going on forever and ever. Ooh, I just looked at this thing again, and I really like this pot I did. Did y'all see this? I'll show this while Andrew's. Some of you may not have seen it. This pot that I did, this vessel.
Hey, is Teresa watching? Teresa there?
I haven't seen Teresa pop on. I feel like recently. I think so, because, well, I can't say why, but I think she's fine.
You know, sometimes if I don't see somebody for a while.
I've seen her pop up, I'll say that. Okay. Magic bag of tricks, beads, says Anna.
That's my house.
Check leaves, says Anna.
All from last night.
How about this one? You like this? You see all this pottery? Suzanne says that would make a nice coffee cup. That would make a very large. I know, that's your kind of coffee cup, right?
Quinquilino.
I'm going to stop answering to that. I'd be like, what?
No,
what?
You have to answer to it.
I have to answer to it.
You are my roommate.
Huh. Huh.
Do we share a room or do we not?
How much are these?
I can do $4 a strand.
$4 a strand?
Correct.
These are nice metal beads. These are heavier. These are heavier than the other ones.
They're silver-plated pewter. Silver-plated
pewter. This is SW12. $4 each, 3 of them available. SW12, $4
Why are you
each.
so opposed to it? It's cute.
What's cute?
Quinquilino.
Quinquilino. I like the word. It's a fun word to say.
Marito.
Marito.
Sounds like you're going to get rid of some toes.
14 millimeters by 6 millimeters on these little leafy donuts. There's some leaves for you and some metal. Leaves and metal. 4 strands available. No, 3 strands available. $4 a strand. These are 7-inch strands. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beads per strand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, 10 beads per strand. That one looks longer, but it's not. Oh, because of that. There we go. All right, SW12.
My Quinquilina.
Not your philia.
No, I can't say that word.
You can't say that word. Okay, where's my bags here? SW12. We've sold one of these so far.
I can do $3 on like 2 cards.
$3 each.
Each bundle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say? $3.
Correct. C.
SW13. SW13. $3 each. 3 of them available.
You can get 2 beads in it.
2 beads per strand. You get a pair of beads for $3. These are nice.
If I started a company called Quinquilino Beads.
Quinquilino beads. Roommate beads.
Oh, they'd be like, what is this?
First, no one could spell it or ever be able to type it in unless you're in Italy.
Italian.
Unless you're in Italy, right? These are about 14 and a half.
They could spell it.
Yes, they could. But you think we have to spell allegory to people?
I've seen real creative. One
14.3
they just started writing letters
by 14.7.
I went to pick up the paint one time at the Lowe's. I said, I'm here for Allegory Gallery. Then they're like, we don't have it. And they're looking. And I said, what's that paint can there? It looked like the paint. And they're like, Alfredo. They just went and just started speaking in tongues. And I was like, that's probably us because that's the color.
You realize how many people do not know what an allegory is when you name your company after one.
Correct.
Or how to spell it.
Quinquilino.
So we have educated the masses on allegories. How much on each one of those?
About 3.
Oh, again, 3? SW14. I think that's more than good. You're giving everybody a really good deal on these. SW14. We've sold 1 of 13. Thank you so much. We've sold 2 of 12. So we have 1 of 12 left and 2 of 13 left. We have 14 here. Let's see here. And then we have SW14. Lisa's asking, what do you do with the beads? You make jewelry with them. Some people do. You can just keep them too if you like to collect things.
Lisa who?
Lisa Hope.
From YouTube?
Facebook.
How did you find us?
This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads on the strand. And these are 8.8 millimeters by, let's get in there, 8.2. And there are 3 strands available. $3 a strand. SW14. Remember, if you'd like to purchase anything from this video, take down the lot number, that's SW14, put it in the subject line of an email, send that email to info@allegorygallery.com. By sending us an email, we know you're serious and you really do want it, and it is first come, first serve. SW15. Ooh, how many of those are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 strands. How much are these strands?
$2.
$2 is, huh? That's not too much. $2. We sold one of SW14. Thank you so much. We have SW15. These are these tubular beads. Totally tubular. 3 beads on a strand, $2 per strand. Super cool. SW15. Lisa says, why can't you make a bracelet or something else and sell? You can. That's what you do with the beads. We sell beads. We're the start of it all. We sell the beads. You make the things. We also have a store where we do sell bracelets and necklaces and jewelry as well.
It's in Johnstown.
It's in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. SW15. Kimberly says, those are interesting. They are. We've sold the last of SW14. So SW14 has sold out. Thank you so much. And these are hard to measure. These are approximately 7.6 total wide and 21 long. Sometimes people look for these 2 beads. We get asked about 2 beads all the time. We actually just sold all 6 of these. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What else we got? Somebody said last night.
You're pulling stuff people are saying. How much? We usually do these for 6. Is that what you want to do on this?
Sure. That's my favorite.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah, because of the pattern.
I know. I love that pattern. SW16, $6. Somebody asked for sari silk yesterday. Here's a bundle of sari silk in this beautiful pattern.
She don't make it anymore.
No, these are not made anymore.
It's recycled sari silk.
Beautiful. Recycled sari silk. SW16, $6 per strand or per bundle. 1 bundle available. These may be knotted in multiple areas as well. It may not be one continuous piece. I don't know about this particular one. Michelle says, oh, that is beautiful. It really is. It's a very beautiful pattern in these. And it's beautiful kind of platinum blue color. It's really pretty. 1 bundle available.
Didn't somebody say they wanted some cloisonne piece last night?
Cloisonne? I don't remember. Did somebody want cloisonne?
No, here you go.
Here you go anyway.
It's random night anyways.
That's right.
You get what I give you.
SW17. How much for these little, we're doing both of them together?
The bear fetish?
Yeah.
Didn't somebody ask for that last night?
The Zuni bears?
One's a pendant. I don't know, $6.
For both or for the one?
For both.
For both? That sounds good. $6. Zuni bears.
One's a bead, one's a pendant.
This is a bead. Is this amethyst? Looks like lavender amethyst, maybe. It's a light, very light purple color. You can see it when I hold it this way. And then you have this one, which is like a carved stone pendant. And SW17, $6. I just realized I don't have the penny up here.
It was up there.
Did I bag it up accidentally?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. SW17, those have just sold. Thank you so much. Let's put at least a dime here for y'all for size, even though I give you the size on most things. These have sold. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
They've sold again. We don't have them again. Maybe. I doubt it. You should see the face he shot me when I said I doubt.
Are you going to doubt me? Oh.
We could have sold that set, though, 3 times. Apparently that was a good price. SW
I don't
18.
know why you doubt me, Quinquilino.
How much is this, Quinquilino?
What is it? How much you think?
What is this? Is it
Crystal?
old irradiated? Oh,
Just crystal.
crystal. Probably 7.
Okay.
$7. That's, I think, a really good deal. It's usually what we sell our longer crystal for, but these are nice.
They're different shape.
Different shape. It's an AB crystal. SW18. This strand is about a 7-inch strand, 7.5 or so. Beautiful crystal. Now that I look at it, I should have put a higher price on it. Oh. That happens sometimes. 22 by 7.5 millimeters. SW18. One only available. Look how pretty that is. You need some bling bling in your life? Those will make some awesome earrings, or even just one pendant. One
Sorry silk
on a
sell?
pendant. 18 just sold. What Sorry Silk? That was 16. No, Sorry Silk did not sell. Nobody wants it.
Sorry silk.
Nobody wants it. Huh? What are you doing? You're gonna add that to the.
No.
Oh.
No.
I was gonna say.
Stop now.
So you said it goes with it. What are you talking about?
It's matching.
It's matching. That's better.
It's not for
You
free.
say it goes with it. I was like, what?
Hell no.
You go and try and entice them.
Nah. I don't need to entice it for something I want to keep.
How much is this little ball of goodness?
I can do maybe $6.
$6. This is glass. Java glass.
Made after a Viking bead.
Modeled after a Viking bead.
Correct.
That was Andrew's serious voice, says Anne.
Who?
You're no.
No.
SW16. Wait, 16?
Not today.
16 just sold. I think that's what that says. My eyes are a little blurry today. SW19 is this Javanese glass modeled after a Viking bead.
Hey!
Gesundheit.
Thanks.
And this one
Roses.
is, oh good, 19 millimeters by 4 in the hole. 19 is just sold. Thank you so much. Multiple times. You got another one of these?
Maybe. Are you manifesting?
SW6. I think somebody just claimed 6. I think. Oh, 6 has been sold out. Sorry. 6. That's those red ones.
Which red ones? The coral? Oh.
6 has been sold out. Sorry. No more of those. We could sell 2 more of these, though, if you have them.
What?
The Viking model beads.
Oh, the eyes.
Yeah. SW19, SW20. Did you give me anything else up here that I'm missing? No.
It feels like the bags up there, so maybe it's
Yeah.
not buried.
No, I think I'm caught up. Want me to do this again? You want to give him a good price on this? No. He's not willing to come down on that one.
No.
Nobody has wanted it yet.
All right.
Anna says, did I get 19? Wow. No, Anna. You did not. We just got more 19s. Sorry, Anna. You did not get 19.
All right. What are you interested in? What we got?
What do we got? What's going on? We did some bugs. You got any more bugs? We had a lot of people asking about dragonflies at one point. You find any of that milk glass in colors for Anne? She's still on the hunt.
I'm looking. Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. Oh, I know. We do have that somewhere. It was in a flat box that had green tape on it. It was over there for years.
Was over where for years?
Over there.
Over there, and then you moved it?
Correct.
And then he moved it.
Ooh.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one that Mary Jane's been looking for?
Maybe.
That pink necklace? Oh boy. I don't know if this is, there's another one? Oh, this one has the broken clasp. This one is not a broken clasp. Okay, is Mary Jane watching tonight?
Oh. She's gonna be so mad.
She is going to be so mad at you.
What the hell?
So she's been looking through lives for centuries. Okay, do you want to put these up?
Did she watch it?
I don't know. Mary Jane, are you out there? Paging Mary Jane. Paging Mary Jane. Are you in attendance tonight?
Show the green one at least.
Okay, I'll show the green one. How much you want for the green one?
That's one vintage.
Oh, it's a broken one.
I know. I can do $10.
$10.
That's the vintage Japanese. Well, I probably should do more.
I didn't price it yet.
I don't know. I could probably do 12.
And it says I haven't seen her. Yeah, I haven't seen her pop up either. 12 you said on this? SW20. $12. You said vintage Japanese glass?
I think so. It's from the 40s or 50s.
Look at that beautiful milky green glass. Now the strand is broken. The necklace is broken.
You would want to respin that.
Yes,
anyway.
it's on old knotted silk. But the beads, we're selling it for the beads.
Mm-hmm.
The beads are very nice. There are a lot of them. This is a long necklace. This is 9, 18, 27. What is that? 36 inches approximately. Approximately 36 inches. SW20. One of these available. This is not the one Mary Jane was looking for.
No, the pink one.
I know some people don't like to get it if they think it's the one that someone else was wanting. This one has sold. Thank you so much. SW. I can't remember if that's the pink one she wanted or not, but I'm guessing.
Hey, did anybody want this?
Are the beads glass?
Yes,
those beads are glass. Does anybody want this? Are you giving this away?
No.
No? I was going to say.
That's for sale if somebody wants it.
Anne says, I love pink, but I've got to face myself in the mirror. Well, you want to do the one that has the broken clasp? How about we do that? And then we'll save the one with the other clasp.
There's two.
Huh?
There's two necklaces, aren't there?
Yeah, this one has a broken clasp. How much for the one with the broken clasp?
How long is it? It's like double the size of the bead.
Yeah, this one is, well, let's do it this way. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8. 8 times just about 8. What's 8 times 8? Whatever that is. My math is failing me right now. 64 inches. How much? That's exactly what I was thinking. So this is one of two. We're gonna save the other one for Mary Jane because she's been asking for it for every live. This one does have a broken clasp. It's a box clasp. It still works, but it's missing the top piece. I'll show you the one we're saving. It looks like that. So that's SW21. These are the mini, these are smaller rounds. These are 6mm glass rounds, Japanese, $24. You will not be taking this from Mary Jane. We've got another set aside for her. So if you want the pink beads, $24 for the strand. What, 64-inch strand? Wow. That's a nice big strand, and it has sold. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated. And from Mary Beth Aramont said that.
Right.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Oh, yeah?
Because she works at, sometimes she works as a waitress. I don't know if she still does that, but every once in a while she works as a waitress. And she said that she hams it up.
I bet.
And she gets more tips.
Yeah. Anne says, now I feel settled because you found the milk glass. Thank you.
Huh?
Anne feels settled because you found her the milk glass.
Oh. It happened.
How much is this, and what is this?
That's a little pendant. You can pop a hole in it.
A little pendant? How much?
$2.
$2. $2. SW22. Metal pendant. You got to just add a hole if you want, or glue on a bail. Could do that too. This is approximately 1.5 inches by 1 inch. And this is such a beautiful pink. Well, we've sold one of the SW21s. If you want the other, if Mary Jane, if that's not the one she wanted, you can send in an email for another SW21. But I'm pretty sure it's the one she wanted. SW22, metal pendant. Okay. I know, she'd be like, no, I doubt it. SW23. I thought we had it on one of the lives before.
Did you go through all this?
What is that? Oh, those are the $2 ones, right? Yeah, that's all the $2 strands. $2 only.
What's my fingering? It's $5.
That's different stuff. What is that stuff in there with it? It's probably just after the live. How much you want this to sell for? They go up to 12 now.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 to 12 now. They used to be 8 way back in the day. You want it for 12?
Were you looking for the GC?
12.
GC?
I don't know. What is it?
GC lots.
Let me see what's an example of one.
It seems to recall you looking for GC.
I don't remember. You know what I was looking for is it was Czech glass that I haven't been able to find again. It went away. It disappeared somewhere.
You only let me know. I have to gift.
I know. I did let you know. I told you.
Did you tell me?
No, but I told you where it came from.
Well, that's how you don't get.
Let's see here. Oh, Kimmy says, I saw rainbow briefly. Are you going to show it again? There it is. Yep. SW23. And that has sold. Thank you so much. Andrew's rainbow pendant.
Oh, thanks. The dark rainbow. Here, you can throw this in there for free.
And where for free?
In the dark rainbow.
Oh. Andrew's giving you this. That person who got 23. For a little extra special bonus. Kimberly says, what's it made out of? This polymer clay. Andrew made it with his own hands.
It's made on the
Roses? SW24.
I can't see what this says on the back.
Neither can I. Give me my phone. Let me magnify it. That's what I have to do these days.
Mm.
2005. Looks like it says Guyana. 2005. How much you want for it?
What do you think?
I was gonna do
Okay.
$6. Metal rose.
Probably worth $3,000.
I know.
For Ferrari.
Kimberly says, awesome, I love it, and I presume I'm the one that got it. I was kind of waiting on you to show with a number. Yes, you got it. You got it. And says, you and me both, William. I know, right? It's hit that time. I have to enlarge things with the phone camera. And that's what we're trying to read. It looks like it says Guyana, something, something, something. I don't know that, I don't think it's 925. But then it says 2005. Because that doesn't look like sterling to me. So that's SW24. Metal rose pendant, $6. Snorchy. SW25 coming up. Whoop. How much you want for those?
$1.
For all of them?
Sure, it's plastic.
Oh, okay. $1 plastic roses. These metal plated plastic though, right?
Maybe.
Looks like it. Possibly. Thin layer. SW25, $1. These are, oh, we sold 24. Thank you so much. This is 25, 16.5 millimeters approximately by 7.5 millimeters. 4 of them, $1 for all of them. SW25. Okay.
What about these? Do you think we should stop if somebody would want this?
What is it?
Yeah.
SW.
I think they're plastic, but
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. This one's a little beaten up, but
some white paint.
yeah, because we've sold some of these, they were, and people bought them. How much for these ones?
Sure.
Okay, $4 for both of these. SW26. Whoop. $4 for these metal flowers. It has a hole through the center. These are pretty cool. I like these. SW26, $4 for the pair. $2 each. 23.5 by approximately 9.5, and this has sold. Thank you so much.
Oh, I found a rose friend.
How much you want for these painted ones?
$1.
Mm.
$2.
I think $3, $1 each. $3 at least.
Whatever you say,
SW27, $3. If these were glass, they'd be a lot more. We had these on the show before, and they were more, but they were glass. This one is the damaged one. It needs some white paint on it, but the flower is still there. These are hand painted through the back.
You can fix that in your sleep. Just
Doop, doop. And so these are vintage plastic beads and hand painted. SW27, $3 for all three of them. You said you just put some white paint on there, a little bit of white nail polish, white paint, done. Fix that right up. SW27, $3 if anybody wants those.
Yeah, so they wanted a heart.
You find a heart? Oh. SW28 coming up. Look at that. That's a beautiful pendant. How much is that, Andrew?
$8.
That's what I was thinking too. We're like almost on the same wavelength tonight. Quinquilino. $8. Beautiful heart pendant in a dyed, looks like a dyed jasper. And this one is, I'm going to do this in inches. This is about 1 3/4 by about 2 inches for the heart portion plus the bail on top. SW28. Nice and flat on the back so it doesn't flop around too much. That's important sometimes, right?
Flop, flop, flop.
Don't flop around.
That's what my mom calls gay people. Men gay people.
Men gay people. Flop.
That refers to the body.
Refers to the body. Oh, your mother's a character.
I have to call her.
Yeah, we haven't talked with her in a little bit.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with your mom?
I don't know. I feel bad we're going to be away. But we don't usually see her on the day anyway. Kind of resembles rhodochrosite with that bacon banding bits I see. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's one of the reasons Andrew's getting rid of it.
No, it's pretty.
No, it is pretty. How much for these flowers?
Maybe sold them individually.
Oh, how much for the golden one? What is that? That's an anemone?
Huh?
What flower is that?
Japanese ammonite?
Anemone?
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 I don't know, some kind of flower.
There it is. How much?
That's gold plated, I think.
Mm-hmm. 12?
Do it for 8.
8?
Didn't somebody say they wanted a Medusa?
A long time ago, yes.
Is it Charlie? Is Charlie watching?
I don't know. Charlie, are you here? Turquoise. Summon her.
Oh, there's a Medusa.
This is SW29 gold-plated. Looks like a Japanese anemone. I think that's what they are to me. $8. $8. SW29. SW30 coming up. Gonna need more paper soon.
Yeah.
How much for this flower?
Less than the other one.
This is the same stamping as the other one. The Guyana stamp. Less than the other one. What did we do for the big one of these? How much was that one again? The big flower. There you are. The big flower was 6. So let's do this at 4.
That's at
5. Okay, 5. This matches, if you got the one that was stamped, this matches that stamping. I don't know exactly what it says. Looks like Guyana, and then a number, and then 2005. And so if you got the big one, you might want the little one to go with it. $5 SW30. SW30. This is really pretty. It's really well made. SW30 just sold. Thank you so much.
How about these? These are chocolate. Looks like from Grandma's
Kimberly
Dowry.
says, yes, I do.
From Grandma's Dowry.
SW31. From Grandma's Dowry. Oh, we've only had these on the show a few times because Andrew hoards these. How much are these?
There is 64 each.
Are you reducing that?
Yeah, I could do 58.
58. Are these Taurig?
No.
No.
Each.
Each, 2 of them. 58
This sterling.
each, 2 of them. Sterling silver and turquoise. See if Charlie shows up. Look at how these are made.
I don't know how this.
That's some, yeah.
Somebody had some math.
Some math. But they're caged in each other. And
I should probably keep one and then figure out how to do it.
And then these will make a super bracelet.
Just add a little bit of chain.
Just add a little chain on the bottom. There are 2 of them available.
Two. Hook them together with a nice thick jump ring.
You could do that, right? But they're super cool. I love these. Kimberly says, oh, wow. And he really reduced it. I mean, that's not a huge reduction, but that was already a good price.
No, this silver is worth
Sterling silver. And on me, they fit like...
I probably could melt it and then get more.
Melt it down and get more out of it. SW31. Super duper cool. I don't know how to even... Like, these are links that they're 6-inch links. Let's say that. And so they are sterling silver with the beautiful turquoise.
And they do, there's a little detail. See how there's a little bit of silver in the middle of
That
it?
dot.
And that's usually there's a hole. Old time, you'll see this sometime in Turkish stuff, is they'll cut beads in half and make them into cabochons. And then they'll put a little thing in there so that to fill the hole.
To fill the hole.
But I kind of think they look like eyes.
Yeah, right. SW31. Kimberly says, how long are they? 6 inches. 6 inches each. $58 each only. Down from $64, which was already down from what they really should have been as sterling silver pieces. All right. Don't look at those too hard, everybody, right?
I just keep that.
I know. Because those, I've thought often about making myself a bracelet out of these. And I didn't know where they got to.
Don't worry about it.
And now that they've reappeared, one of them at least might be mine. It's so sad that silver is worth more than the finished art, says Anna. I know.
I mean, in theory, is probably, if somebody else was pricing it, it's probably like hundreds.
Kimberly says, did I get one of the sterling silver hooks from last night? I have no clue. I don't know what number that was, and I can't tell you, unfortunately. If you know the number, I can tell you if you got it. I want to get one and finish as a bracelet for me.
Oh, for that?
I don't know what the... Because we don't have those lots here. We were at the cottage last night.
Look.
A hook? Oh,
There's...
I'm down to my last sheet of paper.
What?
I know, and we're on SW32. Unless we end on that one, 31, with those pieces.
In theory, there's more paper somewhere. Oh.
Kimberly says, "Me neither. I have slept since then." Did it just purge out of your brain, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember the sterling hooks actually.
They were
Oh, the inexpensive ones that you did. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I can't replay.
I was like, oh my gosh, these are so cool. And then I was like, these are mine.
These are mine.
Time ago. The reason why they're all smushed together is because Ron put it together.
Oh.
And then I was like, how come that's with that? All right.
All right. Getting serious.
Let me get in there.
Where are you going?
Over here, my side of the mountain.
Your side of the mountain. I'm trying to scroll quickly through last night's thing as Andrew's looking for more.
In theory, we should make some buttons to take with us to the thing. Can add it to your list.
Oh, there was that Saki Sterling button, that class, but nobody got that. That was 94.
Like a hook. It was like $6 or something, or $3 or...
I don't know.
It was before the Saki.
It was before the Saki? Good.
So
let me scroll back.
It may even been the night before.
We showed those. Showed the forks. Yeah, that was the check glass. It might have been the night before.
No problem.
So I think the hooks were later in the night, says Anna. Let's see.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm waiting on you, that's all.
Oh, you are?
I was just going to scroll while you're finding stuff.
Oh.
I said. So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Figure while you're looking for things, I can help people find things.
How useful.
I try to be useful. And paper, too. What is this? That's cute. Oh my goodness. You sewn those together?
No.
No. Are they sterling?
The one is...
This one or this one?
They might both be. I think they both are.
They look like it.
Those would be maybe 12 apiece.
12 each.
Oh, the ghost said more.
This is a sterling silver metal dragonfly. I'm going to say. And it is $12 only.
Probably should be more. What am I doing?
I know. Well, I don't question too much.
Acting like I'm new.
Yeah, for sterling. This is 28.5 by 31.5 millimeters. SW32. How about that? Let me find a bag. There's one.
There's all those bags over there.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew's getting me paper. I hear it. I don't know. I just scrolled through last night. I think it might have been the night before. Sizzle. You got scissors. Oh, those are better. Bigger. Bigger sometimes better.
Did you try to sell these?
We did one point, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, we showed them to people.
I don't think you tried to sell them.
We did.
No, I don't recall. I think you took it to the thing and then...
We took it to the thing and then we brought them back and said this is what William was selling and does anybody want any of these?
You didn't try to sell it, though.
Is that what I'm supposed to do now?
Sell things? Sure.
Sell things.
That's kind of your job.
Oh, listen to him, everybody. Listen to him.
Sauce Factor 5.
He's gone to Sass Factor 5 now.
More like 2.
SW 33. You want $12 on this one too?
Probably 14.
Oh.
Did the other one sell?
No. SW 33.
People are watching.
9 people are watching.
What number are you on?
33.
That's a good number.
SW 33. $14. Sterling silver. Another kind of dragonfly or damselfly, maybe. Hole goes through the center.
The other one has a tail. Somebody said they wanted
Sandra just joined us. Hello, Sandra.
Somebody said they wanted a dragonfly.
Yeah, those are sterling silver dragonflies.
All right. We're gonna make any more buttons.
I lost the button cutter in here somewhere. Oh,
I'm done.
You're done? All right, everybody. Andrew's done for the night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got laundry to do and food to cook and lots of things to get ready for tomorrow. Maybe we might be leaving tomorrow, maybe not till Friday. So we may see you here on the live from tomorrow from the house. We may see you here on the live tomorrow from somewhere else. But thank you for joining us tonight. And we hope you all have an amazing, amazing night. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
See ya.